My name's Carl Blackman. I live in Temecula, California. The system's been in place for about 7 years. I've saved about $16,000 so far. I estimate the break-even point from purchasing the system to be between 10 and 11 years. I was looking for a way of reducing my electricity cost, and so I chose 3 bidders. Sullivan was one of those 3. And I looked at the systems that are out there, and Sullivan offered a ground mount system and some other benefits as well. Probably the biggest inspiration to me was receiving an electrical bill in July for about $900. I saw the benefit mostly in reducing my electrical cost for the long term. And electricity cost is going up, and this was a way to prevent that from happening to me. Also, almost energy independence, although I'm still net metering or on the grid. It does give me an element of independence and not to have to worry about things like San Onofre closing and other additional fees that will be tacked onto the average rate payers. Sullivan was the only one to offer me the rebate based on the actual production of the system. The other vendors out there said they'll give you an upfront reduction, and it would have cost, the payment would have been about $20,000. My production-based one actually ended up around $28,000. So that was a $7,000 savings there. Sullivan also was very comfortable installing a ground mount system, which is what I had in mind. So those 2 events, and I can actually look at my production any time of the day and see how it's doing. So that's a nice benefit. It's been a non-event basically because everything is automatic, and if there's an issue, Sullivan will call me and come out and check the system for any malfunctions, and there's only been 1 event and it turned out to be nothing. You know, I think it's a personal decision, and what really triggered me to go down this path was knowing I'd be in this house for at least 10 years. So if you're going to be in your house for a long period of time, I wholly recommend that. There are new programs that have come out since I put this one in, so I'm not sure what's available out there today, but for me it's working well. Probably the one regret I have right now is not doing it earlier, because the rebates were at a higher level before I got mine. So I think I was in tier 4, and it could have got to a much higher tier, which would be more rebates. The average bill going in, despite this $900 bill, was about $240 a month. And now, via net metering, I actually produce more than I use. My plan is to roll it over to have a balance for the next year. I would just highly recommend looking at Sullivan Solar Power to be one of your vendors. It worked out well for me.